Hello everyone! I have a Traveler's Notebook spread for you today. I am starting my second 2022 Traveler's Notebook, and so we're going to work in the first 2 pages today. I am going to be using Wild Whispers 6 Feet Apart collection, and I'm going to be documenting the end of September, beginning of October, when my fabulous family and I got COVID. Yay! Or not. I have 6 photos. I used the PicFrame app on my phone to collage them all together. They're not great photos. It was just a couple that I took throughout the week. And the quality on them isn't great. So I really didn't want to do like a whole 12 by 12 page because once you blew these photos out, But for a Traveler's Notebook spread, they would work perfectly all shrunk down. So I have used this collection in a couple other projects. Most of the projects I used them in were my COVID notebooks, documenting 2020 and the whole pandemic. So this is cut apart, but I knew there were a couple of things in here that would definitely be awesome to document this week. I chose these 2 patterns for my pages, and then this branding strip that says I don't even know what day it is. Perfect for this week. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'm going to quickly flip through the die cuts here and choose a couple of die cuts that I think are going to work. And actually, there's one that says COVID-19 and then there's one that says quarantine, and that worked perfectly because I can incorporate that into the title of my spread. Since I'm using these kind of busier papers and since my photos are kind of meh, I decided to go ahead and mat them with a nice thin white border. This will kind of give them some separation from those busy backgrounds, and it'll kind of brighten up my entire spread. I'm going to start by doing a little stamping. I have my favorite black detail ink from Brutus Monroe, and I'm going to grab the capital letters stamp set from Wild Whisper. I say this every time, love Wild Whispers alphabet stamps. They're fabulous. I am going to create my title using a mix of stamps and those dies, or the ephemera pieces that I pulled out. So I'm going to start by stamping Our Week Of in black ink. Once I had my stamping done, I added the photo of one of our positive tests. And then I'm going to use these 2 die cut ephemera pieces to finish up my title. The next thing I want to do is create some spots for some journaling. I always do a lot of journaling in my Traveler's Notebook spreads, which is why I kind of chose a Traveler's Notebook for these particular photos and for this documentation, because I do tend to be more free and write a lot in my Traveler's Notebooks. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It's what I do. So what I'm going to do is I have pulled out my Ellie's Studio lined label stamps. Love these stamps so much. And I'm going to stamp a whole bunch of labels that I can pair with each of my 6 photos on my spread. I am using Glitz and Sandcastle Catherine Pooler ink. I wanted the Sandcastle because it was a perfect kind of sandy match to the browns in this collection. And the Glitz was a little too bright, but I just went with it. I didn't really realize how bright it was till I actually started like cutting them apart and putting them on the page. But that's okay because this collection doesn't have a lot of color in it. And I'm going to use 3 of the labels in that Glitz. So while the ink color isn't a perfect match, it definitely provides a bit of brightness that this spread needed. I just added that one little die to cut virus from the ephemera pack. It was the last one I had, and so I cut it and had it come off the either side of the spread. Someday I'll buy the dies that go with these label stamps, but until then, I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut them out and put them on the page, and then you can see all of my journaling in the photos, and that's what we're going to call this one all finished. Thank you for joining me today. You can find most of this 6 Feet Apart collection available for purchase over in the Wild Whisper shop. And you can also find the capital letter stamps. So I will leave a link to the shop below. And as always, I will also include my coupon code that you can use to save a little bit off of your order. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.